Hey guys, Taki here. I'm at Lot 61 in Amsterdam. Great coffee. That's Rosa. I promised she wouldn't be in the video, but I lied. She's just making me an espresso. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I just saw a post in my Facebook group, The Dojo, that's got me a little bit riled. Not because it hurts me at all, but because frankly it could hurt you. Let me show you the question I asked, the response I got, and how I think it could hurt. So, simple question we asked: what's the biggest hurdle to become $1 million coach? And a bunch of people asking really good things. And then a nice guy called Thomas. By the way, let me be super clear. I'm not upset at Thomas at all. I totally don't blame Thomas. I think he's mistaken here, but I also know that he's really well-meaning here. He's trying to protect himself and others from being hurt, which I totally get. Okay, so a lot of sentiment here. There are not the amount of people willing to pay high dollar coaches that folks who sell services to coaches, people like me, claim there are. The only people making money are the individuals who are selling services to coaches. Wise up, folks. Ridiculous claims by these guys. Luckily, I know a couple of them personally, and they shared with me a while back. It's starting to come to an end now. People are wising up. Right. So here's the deal. I don't know Thomas at all. I imagine he's a great dude, and he's speaking out of his experience, which I totally get. I totally respect. I love that he's willing to have the conversation. What I don't love is that he's telling people to wise up that it's just not doable, and that the only people making money in the coaching world are people selling stuff to coaches, because it's just 1,000% not true. There's two things I don't like about this. Number one, it's just plain wrong, and I'm going to show you some examples of how wrong it is in just a second. Number one, it's wrong. But I don't mind someone being wrong. What I do mind is that what he just said doesn't just affect him, but it hurts your chances of growing your coaching business. I don't know whether $1 million a year is even your goal or not, to be honest. But I do know that if we buy into the stuff that he's saying as if it's fact, it hurts a whole bunch of other people's chances of ever getting to $200,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, and beyond. Because he's just saying it's bullshit, and saying that there's people like me who are making money when clients aren't. Like our business, just to be super clear, my business is called $1 Million Coach, and it's got nothing to do with my income. $1 Million Coach is the promise that I've got for clients. It's the result that my work is designed to create. So $1 Million Coach isn't, I don't care about my income as much as I care about yours and my clients. Okay? So let me just show you a couple of examples here. And I'm conscious that I'm in a coffee shop being noisy, which is a bit of a douchey thing to do, but as I said, it would be okay, I hope. So I said, really, Thomas? There aren't people willing to pay for high-ticket coaches? Here's one from yesterday. This is from Rachel, client of ours, and it was from a few days ago, 5 days ago. I found it yesterday, but it had been posted a couple of days ago. I'm on maternity leave, not doing much, still having $100,000 a month. Pretty effing awesome. This time last year, I was exhausted and burnt out from a mega launch and in desperate need of changing my business model so I could work less. Mission accomplished. Now I'm ready to scale to 250K months, spending my free time slowly improving my webinar so we can generate more leads when I'm back to work. She's 40 weeks pregnant, right? This baby is this close to popping. So $100,000 months, significantly over the $1 million a year mark. And she's not selling get rich quick to coaches, right? Number two. Another coach in the corporate space. Person that closed $40,000 of business this week. Team closed $120,000 worth of business this week. These guys do between $2 and $2.7 million a year. Again, teaching communication skills. Thomas, there are so many people willing to pay high ticket. To not see it is completely okay, but to tell people that it's not true or possible is just plain wrong, and it's harmful. There's another one from yesterday, $200,000 a week. This is a guy whose business partners shut down his business 5 weeks ago. Literally pulled him out of the, locked him out of his email, cut off his access to everything, forbade him from emailing, selling to marketing to his old database, and literally removed every single one of his clients, and his income went from good to literally 0 5 weeks ago. 0, Thomas. $200,000 a week. Right? 2 weeks to go for a record month. This is a 5-week turnaround. Okay, so Thomas, dude, here's what I know about you. I know you mean well. You just don't want to see people get hurt, which I love. But let's not let your fear of people getting hurt rob them from seeing what's possible and getting there themselves. Okay, man? In a bunch of different spaces, people are doing extraordinary things. Let's have a look. $100,000 in sales this week. $166,000 months. Simple email, $50,000 coaching program. None of these guys are in the teach coaches how to make money business. So Thomas, dude, I love you, bro. You are just completely wrong on this, and you need to, instead of putting your focus on protecting people, why don't you put your focus on expanding your own sense of what's possible? Cool, dude. I just think the world we're in is extraordinary. The possibilities are amazing. So let me just give you 3 quickies on how to. Is that okay? For you, anywhere near $1 million a year, 3 things that we need to do. Okay? First thing, if you want to scale up your coaching business, and that's what we're talking about, which is help more people, have more fun, make more money. That's the game, right? First thing we need to do is to tweak your model. By the way, I've got a beautiful double espresso made by Rosa here that I haven't even sipped yet, so just give me 1 second. A little bit of coffee shop awkwardness. That is so good. Okay. So first thing you need to do is tweak the way your model works. If you're going to get to $1 million a year, there is almost certainly no way you're going to get there doing one-on-one sessions unless your price is super high. And if that's the case, then there's a really good chance that even getting close, you'll burn out. So the way most of us are taught to coach means, we do one-on-one sessions for an hour at a time every week. That's just not sustainable, not scalable, right? So the first thing that we'll probably need to tweak is model. Number 2. The second thing that we'll probably need to tweak is sales process. And so all of the people that I showed you screenshots of a moment ago are selling in a really interesting way. We'll talk about marketing in a minute, but the rule is that in public we only ever give. So the marketing is going to be generous, useful, content, valuable. And then any sales is going to happen offline in a private conversation, either via messenger or email or chat or LinkedIn message. 2 of the screenshots I just shared, the leads are generated with LinkedIn, and 2 of them are generated from Facebook. Either way is completely fine. But in terms of the sales process, we need to switch from trying to impress people and be liked to trying to assess, are we a good fit or not? Imagine you've got a light switch, right? The light switch is either on or off. You don't have to hard sell anything, dude. We're either a great match or we're not. If we're not a match, there's nothing we can do that's going to change that. So obviously we won't work together. And if we are a good match, of course we'll work together because it just makes sense. Okay? Finally, the third thing that we're going to have to shift is the way we market. How do most people market? Well, they brag. Well, actually, most coaches don't market, to be honest. And then you see a bunch of kind of young dudes posing in front of their rented Lamborghinis right now. And that's just bullcrap as well, right? So here's the thing. The secret to marketing that gets you to $1 million a year is to give in public and only ever ask someone to work with you in private. That's how we do this stuff. So listen, here's the deal, Thomas. No offense, I really appreciate the opportunity to kind of set the record straight and to talk about what's really possible and what's really going on and what real people are doing. No hard feelings at all, dude. I know you meant it with good intent. I know just from the languaging, you just don't want people to get hurt. And you've seen a bunch of sharks, and there's a ton of sharks in the industry. I 1,000% get that. This is not what I'm talking about. Our business is called $1 Million Coach, not because of me and my income, but because of you and yours. That mean my whole operation is built around how do I get a coach who's already doing $10,000 a month or more to $1 million a year. That's exactly what we do. So let me just end this by saying, if you're already doing 10K a month or more, then we might be able to, and I think might is probably, we might be able to help you. I don't want to promise anything because I don't know you or your situation at all, but we might be able to help you grow. If that's the case, then I'm just going to pop a link into the chat right now, $1,000,000coach.com/scale. And in fact, let me just drop it into the chat right now. I should have had this ready, but I didn't. $1,000,000coach.com. Oh, damn, I hate when it auto-corrects and puts spaces in. /scale. And what that'll let you do is book in a one-on-one scale session with either me or my scale specialist, Vanessa. There you go, there's the link. Oh, dude, it totally didn't work. Maybe it did work, I don't know. $1,000,000coach.com/scale is where we want to go. Book in a scale session, and in that session, we're going to do 3 or 4 key things. Number one, we'll have a look at your current situation, what's working, what's not, what you've got to work with. Number 2, we'll identify the biggest challenges that you've got in your coaching business right now, that 1 or 2 or 3 things which are stopping you from scaling. We'll map out a really simple 3-part plan. We'll have a look at your model, have a look at your sales process, and have a look at your marketing. Work out what needs to get done to get you to $1 million a year. Now, why would we do the session for free? Well, dude, it's really simple. We know that every time we do sessions like this with people, there's a percentage of people who go, dude, what a great plan. I'd really love your help with implementation, in which case happy to talk about you and us working together to help you get there, implement the plan. But if that's not the case, if you just want to take the plan and run it solo, 100% fine as well. The only way to get the scale plan is to book in the scale session with me or Vanessa, my scale specialist. $1,000,000coach.com/scale is where to go. I've probably been loud enough in this coffee shop for now, but listen, I just wanted to say, Thomas, I love you like a brother. Please don't limit your growth or anyone else's growth just because you haven't seen what's possible, okay? I don't know a single other industry in the world where you can have more fun, help more people, make more money than coaching. You're in exactly the right place. Stick at this thing, and if your current process hasn't got you there yet, then this will show you exactly how, okay? Big love from me. I'm going to get out of this coffee shop before I upset Rosa. This is Taki Moore, wishing you more money and more meaning and more freedom. Out.